Alright, first up, I wanted to welcome everyone to the video. Um, I'm going to be going over things that I think would make Marvel Rivals better, uh, in terms of just like character changes, team up changes, just changes in general. Um, if you guys would like to like this video, comment on it, and even share it to hopefully get the word out more about these changes, it would mean a lot to me. I think that mostly everyone in the Rivals community will agree with my opinions on what should be changed and what should not be changed. And I think I've come up with some pretty decent ideas about for different changes for different people, different characters. But let's get right into it. All right. So I think the first major change that needs to happen is the Gamma Charge trio just needs to be completely eliminated from the game. I think that Hulk is just never gonna be played or never even gonna be available in any. Honestly, I've seen him banned across every rank. Um, Currently I'm in GM3, almost GM2. It's the first ban we have every time. I just don't think Hulk will ever see play. Iron Man is most likely not gonna see play without Hulk, and Doctor Strange is obviously the best tank in the game. So I think get rid of the trio completely. I haven't came up with a great idea for Hulk for a different team up for him, but he already has the Wolverine team up, and Wolverine is already pretty good, so I think that alone is fine. I think I have a pretty good idea for Iron Man, and that would be to make a team up with Iron Man and Penny. Let me go to Penny here. Um, I think you give her like a dumbed down version of the chest beam that Iron Man has, like give her like come out of here or wherever. I think you give her a dumbed down version of Iron Man's chest beam, and then I think you give Iron Man Penny's net. You give him a cyber web snare. I think that would be a good change. It can help it obviously the team up works well together and it makes sense. They both like technology based characters. Um I think so. The cooldown, it looks like the cooldown is 3 seconds for Penny. I think you make it like 8 or 6 seconds for Iron Man, just so he can't spam it as much as she does. Just have those abilities transfer to each other, and just dumb them down a bit. And I think that's a pretty good team up. Now, as for Strange, I'm pretty sure he would not have a team up without this, and I think every character should have a team up. So I think you could do something with him and maybe Scarlet Witch, maybe pretty like extend the range of his RB attack, which is what is it called? Maelstrom of Madness. Maelstrom of Madness. Can't talk. But maybe extend the range of this with Scarlet Witch. But I think it is very important if you do something with him and Scarlet Witch, since they're both like magic characters, it would make sense. You do not buff Scarlet Witch whatsoever. Keep her where she's at, because Scarlet Witch, Magneto, and Doctor Strange would just tear through comp. Honestly, this change might make them tear through comp. So I don't even know about this change. Maybe not, but that's the best I could come up with since they're both magic characters and it would make the most sense to me. Okay, the next change I wanted to go over is the ammo overload team up. So another team up. So essentially, um, Rocket throws down a pretty much an infinite ammo like object thing, and Bucky and Punisher get infinite ammo, and I'm pretty sure they get a rate of fire increase. Now there is three, I think three potential changes that you can do to this to make it not as broken, because currently Rocket is one of the best win rates in the game, and I don't think it's because of Rocket being a good character. I think Rocket is honestly one of the worst supports in the game. I purely think this team up is giving him a boost in inflated win rate. Um, I think the first the first idea for the first change I have is remove Bucky, Winter Soldier, from the team up and give him a team up with like Captain America. I think he should have a team up with Captain America. That team up would make the most sense. I don't have an idea on what the team up should be. Maybe some sort of uh arm boost thing for Captain America. I'm not sure. And maybe give Bucky some sort of little shield or something, but I haven't came up with a great idea for that one. I think that was probably the one of my least favorite changes to this team up, but I think the second possible change you can do to this team up would be just get rid of the fire rate increase. Them being able to have one infinite ammo and two shoot faster is stupid. That is just broken, completely broken. I think just get rid of the fire rate increase, and I think that would balance it out pretty well. Infinite ammo is still pretty crazy, but it's not as crazy. And then the third option I came up with is make the object itself destructible. Give it like I wouldn't say as much health. I would say a good in between Rocket's res station and Penny's nest. Like a good in between right there is a good amount of health, I think. Okay, so for the next change, I am gonna head over to Wolverine. Now, the most busted thing about Wolverine is obviously getting to take a tank and bring him into your own team. Now, I think the best way to Wolverine, I think, needs a nerf now. I think Wolverine is completely busted at this point. Is make it so his ability isn't a 360 hitbox. Make it so you have to hit him like from these directions, not be able to do this, because that is ridiculous. That you can just dash forward, turn around, and dash them to your team, and you don't hit you literally don't hit the ability. It's behind you, but since it has a 360 hitbox, you can do that. I think you remove the 360 hitbox, get that completely out of here. I think that would be enough of a nerf for Wolverine where he can still be viable. He can still get to different angles and like turn them as he goes into your team or whatever, but I think getting rid of that 360 hitbox should be enough, but if that isn't enough, decrease his health a little bit. I think him having a high damage output after he does his like dash thing is completely fine. It should be in his character.
But I am always a
Now,
warrior.
my next change idea has to
They've
do with
spotted us.
Storm. I think Storm is one of the best DPS in the game. Again, like Wolverine, they both went from complete jokes in the season 0 to two of the best DPS in the game. I think for Storm, the best thing you can do with Storm is one, get rid of like her penetration shots. So, for example, like okay, there we go. You can hit through multiple people. I think completely get rid of penetration. I think that is pretty stupid. Along with getting rid of the penetration, I think you change her ult because I think she has the best ult in the game. Other than the support ults, she has the best DPS ult in the game, and pretty much is only counterable by almost like two support ults. Like she can almost kill through support ults, but I came up with a pretty good idea for Storm's ultimate. I think it would be cool to have it do with her change between like the wind and the lightning. I think since the lightning gives her more damage and then the wind gives a speed increase, I think if you ultimate with the wind out, that your ultimate moves very quickly, but it does not do a lot of damage. Like, I would say it does, like, a little over 250, so it can kill a squishy, but if they get healed even a little bit, it will not kill, but it would still leave them low. And for if you activate her ultimate with the lightning out, with the damage boost out, I think it does a lot of damage, but you can barely move in it. Like, it's like Spider-Man alt moving. Like, you can move, like, from here to, like, this yellow, not even this orange line, maybe, like, halfway.
Enemy in front of us!
Make it the same area of effect as it is now, and this, whatever mode you are
Be
on,
swift!
it has a different ability, pretty much. Now, the next character change I wanted to go through is Cloak and Dagger. Now, specifically, I think Cloak and Dagger is maybe the best support in the game currently, is probably the most used support in the game currently. Um, it pretty much has everything to do with the ultimate ability. The alt builds super quickly. It pretty much makes people immortal in it, and the only counterplay to it is Magneto and Iron Man pretty much counters everything. But I think some changes you make to it is honestly kind of a one of them's kind of a buff and nerf. So I think you revert the 4 dashes back to 3 dashes. This gives Magneto less of a chance to get the kill off, which is kind of a buff. But the nerf of it is obviously you only have 3 dashes. And two, I think instead of I think immortality in hero shooters is just a completely dumb, and people like do not die in her ultimate. It's literally 8 seconds of just immortality for the whole time. I think instead of doing healing per second, you change up like the animation of the dash a bit, or not the dash itself, the stuff that they leave on the ground, and instead of technically it'd be still 8 seconds, but you have every 2 seconds there's like a beam of light that shoots up, and that grants like 300 health, 400 health, like pretty much heals people. So like that beam of light shoots up 4 times, so every 2 seconds it shoots up. So people within that 2 seconds, people are still killable, but if you don't kill them before that beam of light shoots up, then they're gonna be almost full health. Mate, like it's not gonna fully heal a tank, but every squishy in the game is gonna get full health from it. Now over to Luna Snow, pretty much the same thing. It purely has to do with her ultimate ability. Making the toggle chain, making so you can't spam toggle was a good start, but again, immortality does not feel good in any hero shooter game. I think hers isn't as strong. Like you can definitely see health bars going down somewhat with Luna's ultimate, but I think you have to decrease the amount, like the amount of time her ultimate lasts. It lasts way too long, especially if they're running like Luna Loki. It's 24 seconds of immortality practically. Same thing for Cloak and Dagger, but that's 18 or yeah, 16 seconds, sorry. But like Luna, Cloak and Dagger, Loki, I'm surprised this hasn't like it does kind of run over rank, but I think people just either Luna and Cloak and Dagger are banned, or people just don't have that, just don't even want to do that because it's just so gross. But I think you have to decrease the amount of time that Luna's ultimate is. I think everything else with it is fine. Now, I'll admit this next change is kind of a picky one. I really don't mind if they do nothing with Moon Knight or nerf him a little bit, but I think Moon Knight being as good as he is right now is not really that healthy for the game. I wouldn't say he's like an S tier DPS duelist, whatever you want to call him. I wouldn't say he's like S tier, but he is pretty strong, and I'll go give an example in the practice range of what I'm talking about, but I think his Unk, or whatever you call it, definitely needs a nerf. Okay, so now that we're here in the practice range, I can show you what I'm talking about. Now, I think there is just one pretty good change you can make to Moon Knight that won't completely like make him trash, but it will be a good change, I think. is when he places his on cooldown,
Time to drain.
it sucks them into it. Sucks them straight into the center of it. I think that is horrible. I think that is actually horrible for the game. I think the area is already massive enough as is,
On
and
your
trying to
toes.
get
Here
out
they
of that
come.
while getting sucked
Surrender
into
your
it
strength.
is like, I just can't explain how bad that is for the game, especially because you just literally look at the arm and shoot it. You don't shoot at them, you shoot at the arm.
This
I
is
think that is
Khonshu's
not
will.
good for the game whatsoever. Um, Other than that, I think he's fine. Maybe make his ult charge. I think his ult is pretty good right now. I don't think you nerf his ult. I think you just nerf his ult charge. Um, I think those two right there doesn't make Moon Knight trash, but it definitely is a needed nerf. I feel like, because I think Moon Knight being this good is just not helping for the game. That also does remind me, another thing about
There,
Cloak and
ahead. I
Dagger
found
that
them.
I think should get nerfed is her ultimate charge. Speed needs to be decreased ASAP. That stuff, it comes out the first like 20 seconds of the game, and that is just ridiculous.
Hell to save
Now, after I go
Asgard.
over this change,
Our
I think that would be
adversaries
good for
gather.
Thor. I'm gonna talk about the tank role in general, um, after I talk about Thor. But I think the best change for Thor right now, and I do not take credit for this one whatsoever. I heard this on a clip, or seen this on a clip. When he activates his
Slow down.
L1, this like thing that generates Thor force for however many enemies is inside of it, it acts as a shield as well as giving Thor force. Now, I don't think you give this shield a
My
lot of
power
health. I think
grows.
you give it literally like 100, 150 health, but just literally anything that doesn't make Thor a sitting duck without his Thor force, because that's literally what he is. If he doesn't have a hammer, or if that 1 second of his cooldown isn't available and he can't fly away, he is he's a Penny Parker. He's just sitting out in the open, easy to kill.
The
Like,
enemy is
his
here.
health is just gonna get destroyed. I think that
My
I
power
think that change
grows.
alone will make Thor I think it would put him in a perfect spot, because he's already a pretty good off tank. This would easily make him the best off tank, but would also make him available to solo tank, if you ask me, because I don't think he can solo tank that well. But I think that would give him the option to solo tank a lot better. Okay, now I want to talk about the tank role in general. I think the tank role is probably the weakest role in the game. Um, Support, like, nobody wants to play tank. It's to the point where people would rather play support than tank, and that is not a common thing. I think mainly due to, because really the only playable tanks are Strange, Magneto, Thor when there is only when there is a Strange or Magneto, and Groot. Hulk is playable, but he's always banned because the Gamma Trio, and that's why I think the Gamma Trio team up should just be completely decimated. Just get it out of the game. But Penny, practically unplayable. Venom, practically unplayable. Captain America, unplayable. Hulk, always banned. And Strange, best tank in the game. Magneto, literally only cloak and dagger counter. And then Groot is kind of weird. He has defensive abilities, but I feel like he's better on offense. Now, changes I think you make to the role is, I don't think you nerf Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange, this may be a little biased, I think Doctor Strange is in a perfect spot right now. That nerf did him perfectly. He's not too overpowered, and if you ask me, if you had to change something, maybe decrease the health on his shield a little bit more so he's more of a glass tank. But I think every other tank needs to be buffed up to his status rather than Doctor Strange being nerfed down to their status. Because Venom, Penny, Captain America, those three are unplayable you are tossing if you play them. Especially like you're playing convoy and you get a penny on attack, you are tossing. Um Venom on defense, practically tossing. Captain America in general, tossing. Um I think they all just need their own specific changes to bring themselves up to Doctor Strange level. I think Tank should be a healthy, fun to play role so that every role is just fun to play. The only role that people don't want to play is Tank. And I think Strange is a good place. Don't change Strange. I think Magneto, honestly, I think Magneto is in a good place. I don't think you change Magneto. Captain America, I don't even know what you do with him. His concept is really weird and out there. He's so self-oriented that I just don't even know what you do with him on like a 6v6 hero shooter. I really don't. Venom, I was kind of thinking um his ability where he grasps onto you like with his little tentacle things. It says that you're not allowed to escape that. You can escape. You can literally just walk away from it. I swear to God, you can. You have to make that ability like actually unescapable. And I think you give him like either like a health boost, but he already has so much health boosting capabilities that I don't think that would be a good idea. I think he should get a little like a minute amount of damage boost for the amount of people he hooks onto. So say he hooks onto 3 people and he starts basic attacking you, R2ing you, right or left clicking you, whatever. If he starts hitting you and he's hooked onto 3 people, like it starts doing damage. Like he makes you want your team to spread out. That's kind of the goal of Venom. I think that's what his goal should be. Keep everything else the same. Just give him a damage boost when he hooks onto people and make that ability actually not escapable because it's so easy to get out of. Obviously, make them have to make or use movement abilities. So like don't make it unescapable whatsoever. Like if someone uses like a movement ability, let them get out, but don't let them just walk away from something that's quote unquote inescapable from. Um for Penny, she's so defensive oriented and she's still not even that good on defense. Like she's literally just sits there and just gets pelted. You pretty much have to run triple support solo tank on Penny to get any value out of her, or double tank and the other tank takes a lot of damage for Penny. I You have to make her nest, I guess, somewhat like shootable into their backline to make her somewhat good on attack. I don't know. She's a really weird character in a really weird spot right now. There's not much I can think of to do with her, unfortunately. I think Groot's in a fine spot. I think giving Thor that shield would put him in a perfect spot. Getting rid of the Gamma Trio for Hulk. I think Hulk is a fine character. I don't think you need to change anything about him. Just get rid of the Gamma Trio and make him playable. Make him playable in rank. Don't make him so he's banned every time. And in quick play, don't make it such a drag that it's the Gamma Trio. We lose. Like don't even care about the game because it's such a busted team up. Best team up in the game easily. But I think the tank role, those changes to the tank role is mainly just buffing people up to Doctor Strange level, not bringing Doctor Strange down to their level because tank is just a miserable role to play. Well, I'm pretty sure that's about everything I have idea wise for this video. If you guys want to comment your ideas and share this video with other people and give this video a like, that would mean so much to me because I think getting this so that the game developers can see this would be huge for the community, the game, me, whatsoever, like for everyone. I think these changes would help the game a lot, make it a lot better experience for everyone. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to make more of these videos as more patches come out, as more characters come out. Um, and yeah, Have a good day.